All right, guys. WWE Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania. Of course, sold out from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Champ and I were walking around the Wells Fargo Center on Sunday night. Um, we opened.
By the way,
Go
I gotta
ahead.
say, love the way Philly has everything set up. The fact that they have all their arenas and their stadiums in one little area.
Including baseball stadium,
Amazing.
everything, really dope.
New York sucks compared to that. That's all. That's all I just wanted to say.
Hey,
Shout out to
Well,
Philly.
not to
Rock.
not
hold
to
on.
alienate our
Hold
New
on.
York audience right off the bat. Just ignore Champ. He is actually from New York. You can find him.
I'm
Just
Queens,
go,
baby.
just go over there and find him if you don't like what he just said.
I mean, but you have to think about it. Philly versus New York. New York is a much bigger city. We have teams in every borough, and in New Jersey. That's how good we are. We could take over another sport, another team in a
You,
different
should, you
state.
definitely,
You know what
you
I'm saying?
definitely need to put a football stadium in New York. So anyway, the triple.
Buffalo. Oh, never mind.
All right, come on, guys. The Triple H era
Has begun.
of WWE kicked off on Monday. All right, and of course he kicked off. There he is, right there, a Triple H doll. This guy plays with dolls. Triple H comes out to the
I heard
ring.
the Triple H goal right
There
there.
we go. For everybody, we are gonna have some video content on YouTube, so check that out. Even though this is an audio medium. Triple H comes out and of course talks about how it was the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And then of course he introduces us to the man who's gonna lead us into that new era, Mr. Cody Rhodes. What did you guys think of Triple H obviously putting over Cody?
The best line of the night was, "Let's watch this video." It's a little bootleg because we got to bring out this little.
That was hilarious. That was
That
so
was the
funny.
best.
I died as soon as he said that.
That was really funny, right? That was really funny.
Because then
But
you
you
think
can
about
always
how.
think- But that's Triple H, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
He's
why I
honest.
always appreciate him. Yeah.
Right. Well, he said we're gonna be experimenting with new production techniques, new sets, smaller sets, so that we can fit more people in the arena, right? So, which means
Right.
more.
Dude, but I'm not gonna
moolah.
lie. That new set puts the current set to shame.
I like it. I like it a lot too. I actually do like it a lot. It's It's
I-
minimalistic.
Yes.
I will like it as long as they're pay-per-view PLEs. The PLE sets go back OG and they make it themed.
Yeah.
Like, remember Bad Blood, and there was actual blood dripping, like big blood drops. Like, I want to see like more effort in PLEs.
Yeah.
But then again, I know they want to sell tickets, so.
Right.
I mean, most of the PLEs are gimmicked.
Yeah.
Most of
for
them
the
are.
most part.
Yeah, but again, this is a business. And during the 90s and early 2000s, Vince McMahon was trying to make sure that no one, watched the other
He
product.
who will
But
not
what-
be named.
Yeah, Voldemort.
Whatever.
But what sucks with that though is like when you play 2K24, it's like every PLE arena is the exact same arena, just with a different, wallpaper.
I'm sure maybe they'll put out a DLC with the new arena. Anyway, so Rhodes talks about being the top dog now, and then of course, who comes out? The final boss, The Rock, and he's greeted with the Rocky sucks chants, and then he proceeds to have a very awkward "Can I hold yours? You want to hold mine?" exchange. What did you guys think of that?
So hold on a second. Sorry, Chris. That was actually in reference to years ago when The Rock had the Scratch logo, the network, not the network logo, but like the big scratch.
The Undisputed.
The attitude.
At the time, Cody came out,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Oh, can I look at it?" So they were referencing that at the time. I didn't realize it because it was like, that was like 13, 14 years ago. But
I didn't realize that either.
I didn't
Totally
either.
Was
forgot
it
about
really that long ago?
it was a long
When he
time
was
ago.
dashing?
He was undashing, I think, because I think he had the mask on.
Huh.
No, he didn't. I'm trying to remember. Well, anyway, continue.
Yeah, so I mean,
It was an awkward. It was an awkward segment. Not gonna lie.
It was-
I don't know what he handed him either.
so that's the other
their
thing.
way of touch. That was their way of touching each other's strudels without touching each other's
Oh,
strudels.
yeah. So he put something in Cody's hand and he says, "Don't break my heart again." That was
My achy, breaky heart.
Mm-hmm.
all leads to most likely Rhodes versus Rock, perhaps at SummerSlam, perhaps further down the road at Survivor Series. Would make sense. Survivor Series is where The Rock debuted, right? Survivor Series 90, whatever it was. So there's some history there with The Rock. Maybe he comes out with the Rocky Maivia gear. What do you say? Anybody down with that?
Yeah, right. I want to see him come out with that wig or that nappy hair.
There's a better chance Seth Rollins would do that than The Rock.
Seth Rollins, yeah, kind of looks like Rocky Maivia sometimes with that stuff that he'd be wearing. So this was a very, very long promo segment that started Monday Night Raw. 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it went over. I think it went over. It definitely went over.
I think that if it was anybody else, this would have been really, really way too long. But since it was Triple H, Cody, The Rock, kind of went by quicker. So I'm gonna give this segment an A. What do you guys say grade wise? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, A, B, C, D, F.
I was just gonna say I gave it an A minus.
A minus.
It was good, but the end it was like, what the hell did he put in his pocket?
So
what do you mean? Don't break my heart again. While it's good for suspense, knowing that The Rock isn't gonna be here for a couple months.
Yeah.
True.
People are gonna forget that it happened.
Long-term storytelling. Right.
I think Cody alluded to what it was that he put in his hand on SmackDown. We'll get to that later on, but
yeah, it was the heart of Tafiti.
A what?
The heart of Tafiti from Moana.
The heart of Tafiti.
Moana.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say A because of the importance and the significance of the buildup of that rivalry, which will continue going forward. If it was like ending the rivalry,
right,
I would have probably given it a B. But because it's like the start of something new,
yep,
I'm gonna have to go with
I love the line The Rock told Cody. He said, "Your story with Roman Reigns is over. You did it, but our story has just begun."
Just begun. Yeah.
So
it's like, oh, I knew he was gonna say that.
And then also,
it's a bad cliffhanger.
And then also, I just want to also point out that, like you said before, in our opener, Cody giving Roman his flowers and a huge "Thank you, Roman" chant from the crowd. So a lot of people acknowledging the tribal chief, who doesn't look like he's done. He did post on Twitter that he's working out.
But is he the tribal chief anymore?
I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of stuff went down. So next, I think because of the long Cody promo, they had to cut the debut of, how do you pronounce his name, Cross?
Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in 4 minutes. 4-minute match for Ilya.
Dragunov is good though.
Yeah.
He is awesome. A very, very skilled wrestler.
That's right.
He is.
That's right. And it looks like his time in NXT is coming to a close, because he did state in a promo during Raw that he's entering the draft. So he will be eligible to go to Raw and or SmackDown.
And he is the current NXT champion.
Right. So who's next in line for NXT champion? So that's Swerve.
Trick Williams.
Trick. Okay.
Yeah.
Trick Williams.
Yeah. So
wrong company, bro.
Oh yeah, Swerve is
company.
AEW. My bad. I get whatever. Then we had the Judgment Day came out, and your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damon Priest came out with the belt. A lot of "You deserve it" chants. And yeah. What did you guys think of?
And then don't forget, R-Truth came out as well.
That was so funny. They were all holding the belts up, and then he comes out with the belt. Amazing.
By the way, they are getting new tag belts tonight.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yes.
Well, make sure you go to Inside the 20x20 on IG, Twitter, TikTok. Everything, because you know that we'll be posting the pics of the brand new tag team titles as well.
Okay.
It sounds like Cross is already seeing the tag team championships.
They're looking pretty better than the current tag team titles.
Oh, there you go. So 6-man tag team match then happens out of nowhere.
No. Technically, it was a 2 versus 3 handicap.
That's right.
match.
And Truth did allude to someone who, what was it? What was it said? Someone that we can't see.
They had a partner that you couldn't
They
see.
had a partner that, yes.
Little Jimmy.
I think
Little
I think
Jimmy.
everybody thought it was Little
Of course.
Jimmy, but then of course,
Yeah, he's Big Jimmy now. It's been years.
you know,
Yeah, it's been years.
Judgment Day starts getting the upper hand on Awesome Truth, and whose music hits? But the 16-time. No, not Ric Flair.
The real GOAT.
Not Ric Flair.
The real GOAT.
John, You Can't See Me Cena comes in the ring.
R-Truth's idol growing up.
Yep.
R-Truth's, you know,
He looked up to him growing up, even though
I mean, ignore the fact that R-Truth probably has about a good 10, 11 years on him, but he looked up to him growing
I
up.
know. And R-Truth finally gets to finish his story by doing the 5-knuckle shuffle in the ring with the Rock, you heard me, with John Cena, and getting that dub.
So did The Miz,
So did the Miz.
So
That
did The
was
Miz.
interesting, right? Very interesting.
which is a shocker.
Yeah. So Cena and Awesome Truth pick up the dub there. Nice little, gave him some time, 12 minutes, not bad. 12-minute match. So Dominic Finn and JD McDonough take the L. Afterwards, it looks like we have, there was another NXT debut. This time, Roxanne Perez made her debut on Monday Night Raw versus Indy Hartwell.
If you're gonna call her by her name, you call her by her name correctly. She is the prodigy, Roxanne Perez.
Well, the Prodigy and Indy went for 2 minutes and 44 seconds
That's very prodigical.
with Roxanne picking up.
Prodigal.
With Roxanne
Prodigal?
picking up the dub.
Prodigal.
I would say the major story about this was that prior to the match, Liv Morgan attacked Rhea Ripley backstage. And then now we all know, unfortunately, what we'll be talking about a lot more next week. I'm pretty sure once we get some more details on the injury, it looks like Rhea is going to have to relinquish her title and is going to be out for a few months. So next up, we had Sami Zayn and Chad Gable versus Imperium. The newly minted Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn.
I think that was an okay match. I
Cutting
mean,
a promo, and then Imperium comes out and starts bad-mouthing him.
I would have liked for Gunther to come out and beat them up, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen. So
Yep.
Yeah, Gunther's taking some time off, though.
I think he is.
Cool spot in the finish. Haluva kick into the Chaos Theory from Gable was pretty dope. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out on YouTube. Very, very cool finish to the match. Backstage, Chelsea Green. How do you say Chelsea Green, Cross?
Chelsea Green.
There it is.
Who finally got an apology from the hotel who thought she was an escort?
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
Finally.
Let's keep it PG. Keep it PG. Oh wait, we're not in the PG era anymore. Never mind. She's a hooker. They thought she was a hooker.
That was on TMZ. It's
Embrace the GDP, embrace it.
Embrace the Triple H era.
Well, so technically we're still in the PG era until we get to Netflix.
Oh, I can't wait for that. So speaking of Chelsea, she was Jade Cargill's latest victim after that. Talk about a squash match. 32 seconds for Jade to get in there and drop Chelsea Green like a bad habit. I don't know. I feel like maybe they were running short on time and then just told them to kind of...
The Rock probably took up so much time that they had to cut everybody's matches.
I'm pretty sure.
You could tell that was meant to be a squash match.
Yeah. I guess. But it was just very, 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 very short.
Well, former tag champs, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were former tag team champions, right?
What does that mean? How many former champions got squashed by a bigger opponent?
Yeah. Well...
We're in different times, though.
Are we, though?
I love my girl Piper, all right? And my girl Chelsea.
After that, they cut backstage. Sami Zayn offers Chad Gable a Intercontinental title shot. That's taking place.
Just handing them out now. I just
He's
handing
just
out
in
title shots.
Montreal.
Like, you don't even earn them.
In Montreal this week. That's coming up later tonight. And then finally, we had your main event for the number one contendership of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Damian Priest. We had Bronson Reed Drew McIntyre, Ricochet versus Jey Uso. So, fatal 4-way match. What did you guys think of the match? Did you get to see... Who did you think was going to win when they put these 4 names up there? I thought Drew as
had
well.
I honestly would have thought Drew, but then I thought about it, and I was like, if CM Punk screwed him the night before, he would screw him tonight.
Yeah.
It was a long shot, and it came to fruition. I was
But
like, wow.
Drew's contract is coming to an end in like 4 to 5 weeks. And obviously, you know, if he's having this amazing feud with CM Punk right now, he's definitely re-signing because, like, what better to have a
Where are you going to go that's going to be more relevant than that, unfortunately, right
Exactly,
now. I think
right?
that match is probably going to be in higher demand than whoever's fighting Damian Priest, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. The Drew and CM Punk are just too big. CM Punk,
what are you going to do, though? Like, Drew's going to what? Go to AEW? CM Punk's already making names in AEW, and he's not even on the show. You know? So it's like, what are you going to do? Punk's everywhere.
Oh, man.
Punk is right. That's all I know. Punk has always been right.
So obviously we have some interference here from Punk at the end, preventing Drew McIntyre from getting the Claymore that would have probably gotten him the 1-2-3 versus Jay. Jay hits him with the super kick, then the big splash. 1-2-3. Jey Uso is now your #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Shout out to Ricochet with that spot.
Oh man, that it hurt my ribs.
Oh, reminded me of when HBK did it.
The backflip.
And he landed on back in the day.
Yeah, he landed on his chest.
Table.
Oh, yeah. I love how Ricochet looked over to Samantha and said, "I'm sorry" before he did it. Like, ouch, ouch.
I'm going on it and I'm standing by it very, very firmly. Right now, I'm noticing a lot of content creators on TikTok and wherever else bad mouthing Samantha.
Why?
Because she's too emotional when she puts into.
Listen, Lillian Garcia was emotional.
Thank you. Yo,
and she made it great to listen to the.
How about Howard Finkel? Ladies and gentlemen.
He never cried though. They don't. I saw one content creator say, "I don't want my announcers to cry." It's like, bro, shut. Who? Was it open mic night?
They need to know their roles.
Who told you to come? So whatever the saying is.
You know, I'm not even gonna touch that one.
It's too many people.
I'm gonna go down a route that we don't want to go down.
And that was your Monday Night Raw episode. Everybody, stay tuned. We're gonna be back and we're gonna talk AEW Dynamite.